stories be told. Wrexham forever, through thick and thin. It's WREXtra time, let the calls begin. Well, hello everybody, we are back. This is WREXtra time. I am Paddy Power and this is the Local Pundit channel. We have just finished up our match at home to Swansea and we took it out with a 2-0 win. Second half was nice and nervy with a lot of defensive play needed, but we got there. We got a late goal and poor old Callum Doyle did not get credited for that second goal. It was an own goal. What a shame for everybody. Well, welcome in, guys. If anybody doesn't know what we do here, this is WREXtra time. It is your show. Come in, have a chat and talk about the match. You lead the conversation and we'll see where it goes. I'm assuming everybody is going to be nice and happy tonight after that performance. And why not? Let's have a look at the championship table at the moment. Wrexham sitting pretty at the moment in 6th place. We have obviously played our match now, the only one to play on the Friday night. All the matches coming in tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and one match on Monday, I think. Southampton have to play tomorrow, but they are playing Coventry in 1st place. Let's see if Coventry can do us a favour and take them out and keep their run to the championship going. So we are at the moment 6 points ahead of Southampton. With that game to play tomorrow. Then Derby County are in 8th. They are also on 54 points, but they do not have a game in hand on us. They will play tomorrow, but we will then go one game in hand until we play our midweek match versus Watford, I believe. So we do have our first guest already. No surprises who it is. We'll bring him in just a few moments. But guys, this is your show. I would love loads of people to come in tonight. Here is the link. It is in the chat. Just your standard StreamYard.com link with 4ETUE2GUH8. If you want to join the show, use the link, jump into the background, and I will bring you in as soon as I get a chance. Let's just quickly say hello to everybody out there in the chat. We have a new member, Steve Caraseo became a new member. Welcome, Steve. Nice to see people jumping in and becoming members. Mia says, brilliant performance from the lads and Parky. Thank you, Mia. Hip Karma is here, present. You coming in tonight, Hip Karma? Has been quite a while since we've been chatting. Jump in if you're around. Crawford says, already great. Next up, Nick. It took a while, but we made it to the win. Yes, nice. Martin just simply says, good one. Reliable Express, so happy for that bounce back from AO. There's a talking point. If we want to hit on it tonight, AO was absolutely on fire tonight. There was probably 4 or 5 really good saves that he needed to make. So that was fantastic from him. I don't think anybody would have a negative word against him tonight, but let's see. I don't think so, though. Right, who else is here? Ruth is here. I can breathe now. Yeah, I was pretty much the same in the second half as well. I kind of didn't really want to watch with all the defending we had to do, but sometimes you just have to do it. John Olsen saying AO was in stellar form. Yeah, absolutely. Very satisfying win, says Danny DeLong. Brian Burton. Why didn't we take Lewis O'Brien off for a rest? Well, I don't know why you didn't take him off, Brian, but God, he is fantastic, isn't he? Maybe that's a bit of sarcasm. He had an amazing match today. So, yeah, we want Lewis O'Brien on. And actually, guys, who noticed that Lewis O'Brien made an absolutely fantastic run up towards the box? And when he got near the box, he did what he should do. He passed it off the broadhead, which is exactly what we want Lewis O'Brien to do. Right, Hapsification is here. Let's get some more in from the StreamYard, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Line up, guys. Aaron Labs is here. Lots of people in tonight, nice and early. As long as Josh isn't in the chat, there should be all praise for AO. Ooh, burn. Yeah, come on in, Josh. Let's talk about AO. Okay, and that's it for the moment, guys. So, Habs, come on in, join us here. Yo, how do you like that table?
Yo, it's Interpol's Most Wanted. How are you doing, guys?
Good. I'm still looking at this championship, Paul. I like it. I like seeing 6 points between us and Southampton. What do you think the chances are Coventry's going to take them out for us tomorrow?
That's going to be a big match, though. That's the thing. That's a big match. Southampton versus Cov. Cov is right now. They're really in form. They can hit you in different angles. They can. So, really, right now, what I want happening is, please, Coventry, take them out. We don't care if you take them out. Okay, and if you want to go as hard as possible as to us when we get to what, the second last match for your thing. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll take you out. We know we can scare you anyway.
Yeah, so they're on a 5-win run at the moment. They have taken out 3-1 versus Middlesbrough, 2-0 versus West Brom, 2-1 versus Sheffield United. Who else did they have then? They had 2-1 versus Stoke, 2-0 versus Bristol, and 3-0 versus Preston. That sounded like 6.
They're not easy teams to take out. So
no, not simple teams. So there is 6 actually. Yeah, they're on a 6 streak. I misread it. Yeah, not a nice row of wins there. Not simple wins. So yeah, they have Southampton next. Then they have Swansea. Then Derby. They can do us another favour versus Derby. Then they have Hull. They can do us another favour versus Hull.
when they got Hull? When they got Hull?
4 matches from now.
Ooh,
so Coventry could be the makings of us this season, right? So next Southampton, then Swansea, which probably doesn't matter anymore. Then Derby, then Hull.
You know what? I'll be the biggest Coventry fan on that day.
For the next 2 weeks.
Was it plus up the sky blues, as they say, right?
Yeah.
I'll get myself a shirt for you guys. I won't really, but.
Oh, Josh is in the chat. I'm good. AO did well.
Do your job. Do your job.
Is that what it takes to do well? I think he was pretty good tonight. Okay, let's leave Josh alone. He's happy. We won't jump.
It's what Roy Keane would say. We're just like, just do your job. Just do your job.
Okay, now turning from Coventry, let's just hit Birmingham while we're here having a bit of fun. Who have they got next? They have Sheffield United. Ooh,
that's a big match.
John, before the match, was saying if we mess it up and they win, they'll only be 2 points behind us or something, wasn't it? Yeah, with the game in hand.
Something like that.
Well, we've just won, John. So what happens if you lose tomorrow? That will leave you 8 points behind with a game in hand.
That's a tough game, though. I could see that going to a draw. I could see that going to a draw. That could be a draw.
Yeah. Okay, what else do we want to talk about here on this table? Okay, so who else plays tomorrow and what do they have? Okay, next up for Hull is West Bromwich Albion. Next up for Derby is Portsmouth, which is not an easy match with the way they're playing at the moment.
West Brom's doing well as well.
Yeah. West Brom is doing okay. All to play for. They are not easy matches tomorrow. So let's see how well they pop in our favour. So right, let's bring down the table. Guys, comments on what you want to talk about tonight. And as I said, jump in and join the show. I'm going to throw the link out there once more. And then I'm going to throw it back to you, Habs. Where are we going to start tonight? Right, guys.
Let's
The
start
link is in the chat. Go on,
let's
Habs.
start with. I was going to say the overall. Let's start with the overall feel of the match.
Okay.
The overall feel was Swansea. That's their traditional style of play. They're very tiki-taka based. They've always been a very tiki-taka based for like a decade. They have decade or so. So they're very much a passing type team. And every time it felt like they were a threat, but they didn't. It didn't feel like a threat as much as I thought they would be.
Yeah, but let's be fair. They got into really dangerous positions. Our defense
They
played
did.
really well. So I will give it to our defense. We played really well there. But they did get into dangerous positions. They were a dangerous team. But we held our nerve. And that's what you need to do.
Do you know what really? And the thing was that very different is that we were able to actually go forward. We did at the beginning of it. You could tell there was a kind of weird nervousness towards it. There was this weird nervousness towards it, but we just kept growing into the game. We were just growing into it every time, and then you could tell, especially on that left side, they just did not know. They did not like that. They really did not like that. It's a bit different when it was the previous fixture. It was in the reverse. Well, the first fixture we had, where they tried to do the same kind of tactics, the same kind of game plan, but it wasn't McLean this time. He had to deal with Thomason.
Yeah,
and they didn't like Thomason very much, did they? Now,
no. And one thing in fairness, they did have the most of the possession. I'm assuming I didn't actually have a look and see what the stats are, but I'll bring it up now in a minute.
I think we're like 35%.
We did.
Yeah, we had 35% possession. I think they had like around 65, but a lot of it was just playing around at the back. It was.
Yeah, that's correct. 66% for them, 34% for us. Yeah, but what I was about to say is we kind of, because lately we've been passing the ball a lot more. We weren't today, but we did look really dangerous on the counter. A little bit of old school kind of again, where we were just straight on it as soon as we got the ball. And we did steal the ball from them quite a lot tonight as well. We forced them to make mistakes, and we took it, and we were dangerous. So although yes, they had the ball and they played around with it, and they did get chances. So I'm not going to try and say they were a bad team in any way, but we held up with our defensive duties, and we were also really dangerous at all times for them.
The one thing I wanted to say is that every team knows we're going to go long ball. They do. Well, they all know we're going to go long ball whenever we have a goal kick with Arthur. But there was that one time we just played out the back, and they did not know what to do. That was just did you see that?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful passage of play where he just almost scored immediately from that.
Yeah, you know what? I personally have stopped kind of saying long ball. And I'm just literally saying direct, because that's kind of a bit more positive. People assume immediately when you say long ball that it's kind of hoof ball, and they're very different. Very, very different.
Oh no, they're very different. They are. Yeah. They're very different.
And everybody, including the Prem, is moving towards more direct styles of play. And we had that amazing long pass from Lewis O'Brien. We were playing out from the back, and they started to press us, and they were kind of closing us down. And it almost looked for a moment that Lewis O'Brien was just getting rid of the ball. You know, a bit of pressure came on. He was a bit worried, and he just smacked it. But he didn't. Yes, there was pressure, but he absolutely targeted that really long from the back left up towards Kabor, perfectly weighted and right onto Kabor. Kabor got some amazing passes, long direct passes up to him today. He was getting great service today from all around.
He's gone up a level. He's gone up a level. He has. I think he's got that. He's now starting to cut in more. He goes straight through the center now. He's going more into the center. If he can't go through there, He goes straight for you. Instead of like, you know, when you see Barnett doing his step overs, he just stands there and then just crosses. Kabor is like, okay, I'm going to go through you. I'm going to do my step overs. I'm going to go through you, and I'm going to shoot. He was cutting in as well each time, and he's going direct. He goes direct quite a bit, and the thing is, they didn't know how to deal with him.
Yeah,
they were shocked. They did not know what to do with him, and he kept getting those lovely crosses coming over this time. I think Parky's now really, really got him. But I think he's fine tuning him now much better than ever. He's fine tuning him into the team.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't make that goal. That shot with the outside of his boot, curling towards the top left corner of the goal. That was pretty close. Obviously, it wasn't on target, but it wasn't very far off. It's exactly what he was aiming for. Is that top left corner? He just missed it slightly. He didn't get enough curl on it.
Do you know what it felt like? It felt like a Saka-esque type shot. You know, when Saka, he just comes in, he cuts in, he goes out, and boom, he shoots out with his left foot, and just somehow gets that lovely goal. It was almost like there. It wasn't exactly like that, but it was something akin to that. It felt like that. I think the cat likes it.
That cat starts now. It's going to get locked up.
I think the cat has an opinion on what on Wrexham's goals as well, I think.
Yeah. Okay, give me a second because this is gonna.
Oh, mate. But yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing, guys. We all saw that with the way Kabor was coming in. He has been magnificent today. That is what we needed. That's what we needed with Kabor. And we've all been seeing it. He's been growing into the matches ever since he's come back to us. And this is what we've been noticing. He can either go, he's starting to cut either inwards, where he cuts inwards from the byline and starts going in, and he can start shooting. And he's slowly becoming a threat that we're starting to see. Or he goes out wide and he can shoot from that distance. His aim has become more and more dangerous, especially with the last match when we had with Hull. We saw that lovely little cross he did, and where Broadhead got that goal from that as well. How many goals has Broadhead got now at this point? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm on mute, but I could hear you because I got my headphones in. I'll check Broadhead now. 2 seconds. I don't know, but it's a shame that Doyle didn't get the goal tonight.
It does suck for that. I mean, but it technically wasn't an own goal, though. He got it, and it just bounced off. It bounced off of, I don't know who it bounced off of, and then it bounced off the goalkeeper as well.
Okay, Broadhead, here we go. Broadhead has 7 goals, 4 assists.
Look at that. 3 more from double digits. We are getting to the point where we're having multiple people getting close to double-digit scores. We are, and this is what we need.
But it's also what we do every single season. This is the Wrexham way. So let's have a look here. I'll call them all out for you now. Top scorer is Kiefer Moore, 11. Josh Windass with 9.
Nathan almost
Broadhead, there. Yeah, Nathan Broadhead with 7. Ollie Ratbone with 6.
That's crazy though.
Sam Smith
mad.
with 6.
Sorry, no, keep going. I'll keep interrupting you. Sorry.
Yeah, and then last one here is Lewis O'Brien with 4. And for all the shit we give Lewis O'Brien, he still managed 4.
But he's not a shooter, though. He is.
No, he's not. Look, I know. Yeah.
The thing is, the type of goals he scores is a box-crashing goal. That's his type of goals he should score. Like, where everything else is there, he just runs in, kicks it in, finishes it off.
I locked up the wrong cat.
Don't worry, guys. all of Paddy's cats are Wrexham fans. They're all massive Lewis O'Brien fans. He reminds them of or are they Ratbone fans because they love chasing him around like he's a hamster. You're on mute.
Of course I'm on mute. Yeah, so that's both cats locked up now, even though one didn't deserve it. Oh well, I'll apologise tomorrow. Right, so...
No, that's incredible though. Look, think about it, right? Rathbone is on 6 goals.
Yeah.
6 goals. And he only really came back, what? A few months ago? That's mad.
Okay. Let's have a guess, guys. In the chat, you can play along as well if you're quick with the fingers. How many minutes has Ratbone played since he's come back this season? Obviously.
Is it all competition? Is that only league competition? Or is it all competition?
No, this should be only championship.
Do you want me to guess or?
Yeah, have a guess.
I would say about
100. Yamsang says 900. Matt White says 1,000.
I would say around 6 to 700.
Merton says 435. Danny DeLong 175. Okay, 6 to 7 is too big a range. Come on, drop it down to 20.
Well, it's lower than that.
No, I didn't say it was lower. I said your range is too big. I'm not giving you a spread of 100.
All right, I'll give it about 645.
Okay, 719 is the correct answer, guys. 719, which isn't bad because he has been playing a couple of full matches. And yeah, 6 goals. And he's only started 7 matches completely. So 719, that's pretty good. Like, that's just barely over 1 goal per match.
Yeah, that's quite mad. Sam is also on 6 as well. And he only really started being used roughly around the same time as well. He has played more.
He has played more,
He has played more, but he hadn't been utilised as much as Kiefer Moore was. And he hadn't been given that time. We were all like, come on, get Sam on, get Sam on. But we're finally starting to see it.
Yeah, the team is absolutely coming together. And should we have doubted because they didn't play very well the last match? We were talking about a pre-game. Well, why hasn't Parky made more changes and stuff like this? Well, he made 2 changes, and the guys got it done, and they look pretty good. So in Parky, we trust that.
I think it's more so the hangover from from the Chelsea match because it was such an intense match. It was that intense of a match. It was so, and that wasn't even Chelsea starters, and it can get more intense. It could, but even then, and then we had to carry that over the whole. And even when we were kind of bad, when we brought some of the players on, we still changed up. Then we started becoming an actual threat. This time, Phil's finally got his win over Swansea. One thing he's never had, so that's always one thing. He finally got his win over Swansea.
Yeah. I'm going to bring a comment here on Lewis O'Brien because sometimes maybe I'm a little too harsh on him. But watching Lewis O'Brien do what he does is why I think some need to cut him a break for missing on a few chances for goals. But I will say, and I mentioned it earlier, that Lewis O'Brien, I like him playing a bit deeper because he had that fantastic run right through the midfield. And as soon as he got near the box, he passed it off to Broadhead. And Broadhead had a nice opportunity to go for goal. And I think that is the better position for him, playing from a bit deep, carrying the ball forward and then passing it off to someone else. And Broadhead then, obviously, after me and maybe some others as well probably criticised him for holding on to the ball too much, did exactly the same tonight, but played his way through players and got into dangerous positions much much better than he did versus the Hull match. And then he also forced a goal as well through a similar position by playing around people and getting into dangerous positions.
I think today was a bit different because he only needed to hold on to he held on to the ball as long as he needed to hold on the ball and passed off when he just had to. Instead of where it was a hole, it was like he was excessively. There were just too many touches. He didn't need to hold the ball at certain points. Today it wasn't. It was the right amount because he usually does. He holds onto the ball, and passes it on to someone, and passes it to someone who, someone better, to either someone else who could be able to handle that. Usually it's either Thomason, Doyle, or it'd be could be Dobson or anyone else.
Yeah, it's not often I mention Broadhead and not playing well or kind of holding the ball too much. So, he doesn't often do it. But I did criticize him on it last match, and it was probably deserved.
Yeah, it was one of the. It was an overall bad match. It was.
But everybody played bad as well, and sometimes that kind of. Everybody comes down when it just happens. And you know what? Maybe he was thinking, well, things just aren't working. I have to just keep pushing. I have to push for that break and just get it done. And it just didn't work out.
It's understandable, but I think he tried too hard. It was trying too hard and trying to force something to happen as opposed to allowing things to just flow more freely. And here's the thing: that back on that left, whenever we got the ball, they can just pass in tight spaces now at the back on that left side. They can you can just see the connections between O'Brien and Thomason, Doyle, and Broadhead. They just link up and they just form triangles everywhere. Whenever Swansea were trying to go for it, we just kept nice tight triangles. Yeah. We did every time.
They can absolutely, and Doyle is doing some fantastic passes, but there was a few occasions tonight where Doyle needs to occasionally calm down trying these amazing passes because they didn't come off, and they put us in a couple of dodgy counterattacks tonight. So sometimes he needs to look up and kind of see what's realistic when it's in a dangerous position.
Do you know what it is? It's because he's never actually had a permanent place anywhere else to actually refine his skills. He's been on loan in other championship clubs, and he has that Man City academy in him. So he's what, 22? So he's grown up in a time where Pep was basically just ruling everything. That place is shaped by Pep, and you can see that Pep style in him. So that's what really brings our quality. He is dangerous for us. He is dangerous. Whenever he's got the ball, either he's going to carry it forward or pass it to someone. So you can see that magic in him coming out. But you can see a lot of the inexperience, largely because he hasn't been able to settle anywhere. I mean, what was the last club he was at? Norwich. And it was again on loan, and he's never had a place to properly settle and develop his style. And this is a completely different style he's been put under. Now he's under Parky as opposed to more so something like Pep's thing, because Man City's like La Maisa in like Barcelona. But with this, you get that hard-nosed Parky style, that direct style, that aggressive style.
Yeah. I brought up Esteban's comment here. The lads are out there finally playing like they're having fun. I found this an interesting comment because even though there was a lot of pressure at times tonight and we were heavily defending, they did actually look like they were having fun. They looked like they weren't getting bogged down by the pressure. They didn't look like they were going crazy, kind of, oh crap. They weren't getting nervous is probably the right way of saying it. They looked like they were enjoying the match, even though they were defending for quite significant periods.
I think it's to do with, it could be a couple of factors. It could be. So one of them being the pressure was taken off from the whole match. Basically, it's like, oh, okay, we just need to get the win. We just need to get this over. That's all you need to do. the second thing I would say is they've now really got the familiarity with each other. They've spent enough time that they know each other's quirks and their play styles, that they know when to pass, who to get it to, and what to do. I mean, it was just very nice that you can see the play style. And Hyam, he just kept. He was a brick wall today. He was. Whenever anything was going
absolutely,
on, he was a brick wall.
Yeah, he was, and he deserves a lot of good comments for his play today. He was amazing in there. He really did do a lot of good to hold that defense together. Right. Moving along just a little bit. I thought I might get away with this, but apparently not. Steve Cooper. Did anybody see the Or Anora watch along? So I'll ask you, did you hear the commentary?
Yes, I did watch it. Yeah, it was quite funny. But you would see the same thing, like Jen. There was one moment where Rob and Ryan were just saying, "Well, you can call us Rabrian." I think it was. Was it Rabrian or Brian? They called themselves.
Yeah, something weird. All right, yeah.
And you could see every so often the guys who would periodically come in, other Wrexham guys that would come there. You see Ben Foster, you see Ollie Palmer, you would see you'd see Fletcher come through, and you see Humphrey as well. And they were talking about the match in talking about the pre-season match, and you can see Humphrey, who's usually very pessimistic, is saying, "Well, we'll be like, well, other than that, we'll be able to play him twice next season." He's like, yeah. "Oh, okay." So I think he's on the hype train now.
Yeah, that was a funny one, actually. I enjoyed that, saying they win enough matches so they can lose to us for the friendly, and then lose to us twice more next season.
Yeah. He's fully bought into it now. He's like, yeah, I'm on the hype train. It doesn't even matter. We're gonna get, even if we don't make it, we're gonna be there.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I'll give my 2 cents on it for what it's worth. I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I was really waiting to enjoy this, but of course it was not designed for me. It was not designed almost for any Wrexham fan. It's designed for the new casuals that maybe have tuned into the match just to see what they're up to, because they went through every single old tired story and trope and pre-canned story, again and again and again, over and over. Weren't even talking about the match, and then every 10 minutes they were bringing out a new old player to talk about, who said exactly the same thing we've heard them say in 20 different interviews. But it's kind of a little bit like Welcome to Wrexham now. It's not a show designed for me. I want different things from it, and I certainly would want different things from that commentary. I wanted to see them have fun, actually trying to do the job, because if they had made an effort to actually do a decent job, I think they could have. But once I saw what they were doing, it's like, yeah, this is nothing to do with fans. It was to do with brand new fans, trying to convince more international fans to join. And that's important too. So it is what it is. I didn't
consider this. This is a big match as well. Like, in terms of for English speaking audiences specifically, let's say, this was specifically on a Friday night, and the only match that was going to be on was this championship match. There was no other match. There was no Premier League matches. There were no other matches. Sure, there were other matches going on, but that's like the Liga matches or Bundesliga matches. I mean, the only other person doing commentary on Bundesliga matches is Mark Goldbridge. And so, I mean, you can go watch him, or you can come watch this and have fun.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Yeah. Like, as much as we would want to have that kind of, I mean, before I was a Wrexham fan, I was a football neutral. I watched the big matches from the Premier League and the Championship and the European what's it called? European matches, as well as some South American matches as well. But it's very different, because when you got the new people coming in who've just come through the documentary and they're like, "Oh, I'm still kind of unsure what's going on. What's this and that?" It helps. It helps with a lot of people who want to get used to football, because I mean, we could start speaking about offsides and stuff like this, and not many people are going to know that. But even they were having this stuff. They were talking about what Rob brought up, park the bus, and this is something he was talking about. He had a discussion with. That's new information that he's learning about, because Parky switched to a 4-4-2, sort of. It looked more like a 5. It looked more like a 5-3-2. It did from where I am, but they went into like a 4-4-2, and he started bringing up about parking the bus, and this is where he was like, "Oh, okay, this is what Humphrey had told me about." And
Yeah,
it's something that's not new to them.
Yeah, he may not have heard that term though. It's very possible it's just never been used with him. But most people would know what it means.
Yes, but not to new football fans, to new Wrexham fans, and also new football fans. Remember, welcome to Wrexham, or Wrexham itself is basically a new avenue into understanding this sport. It's a massive global sport. Let's say you're in North America, and the only time you ever watched or heard soccer is maybe like the World Cup, and maybe the Premier League, or maybe your friend who happens to be Mexican watches Liga MX, or maybe you've heard of Inter Miami, and you've heard of Lionel Messi. I'm like, maybe you've heard of these, maybe you haven't. But then all of a sudden, you get introduced to Welcome to Wrexham. That becomes your window. Then you start watching the matches, and then you hear all of a sudden, "Oh, Robin Ryan's going to be there." It's just a window to a window to a window into a new one, and we're just here to do the analysis. We're the supposed experts that know absolutely nothing. So,
yeah. Anyway, look, it did what it was supposed to do. And I think that's pretty much the best you can say, I guess. Not for fans who understand all about the club already.
But anyway, in terms of footballing stuff and just general footballing stuff, I mean, yeah, it's just a way for another thing like Ted Lasso. I think Esteban brought it up as well in one of the comments. He said something about Ted Lasso as being a gateway into this kind of sport. I mean, there's not much footballing in Ted Lasso. It's almost nothing to do with football. But they're trying to get their football fix now. They got a football fix. What else can you get into? Welcome to Wrexham. It's actually a documentary about football. Is it every aspect of it? No, but
no.
That's where we come in.
Yeah, if you get interested from the documentary and want more, then the only thing is to start watching a couple of matches. And then as lots of people found, well, it's interesting to have a community and talk about it. So they find communities like us.
And we're here to fill in the gap that people are like, "Oh, I want to speak to other people about this, but how do I do this?" Well, you can watch Josh doing his watch along. He's already been a football fan for decades, and he already knows everything about football. Like he's the best expert in the world. I mean, everyone in the football world goes to Josh. So
careful now.
They go to, even Sky Sports go to him. BN Sports, Sky Sports, ESPN. They all go to Josh for his expert analysis. But in terms of everything else, they come to us. They come after the WREXtra time. You can vent and stuff and talk about what they don't understand. We've had that. We have a lot of fans who said, "Oh, I watched Welcome to Wrexham. I started to watch the show, and then I watched the matches, and then I found a community, and then they come to us, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm starting to hear things I've never heard of before."
Yeah. Now, seeing as we mentioned it, anybody is interested in joining the Discord where we chat in the background, all things Wrexham, it is now in the chat, guys. Link to the Discord is in there.
And there's a tactical YouTube page on there where you can look up tactics and stuff if you want to get to know some stuff on there.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff in there. There's even a few other channels that are not about football, just for fun. Right, guys, it looks like it might be a quick one tonight. What are the big topics do we have that we haven't covered? Who deserves a shout out?
We haven't actually gone over the match properly over this, so but it is a lot longer than we think. We've just been talking about the general stuff because we're finally happy. We've got the win. We're back on the road. But no, first thing, I think we should bring up the player ratings actually.
Okay. Can do. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Talk about something else first, and then I'll bring up the player ratings. I'll copy them in here.
Yes. But yes, anyone who wants to see
man of the match. Go on. Who's the man of the match? And then we'll see the results here on the score.
I think it would be either Hyam or Arthur.
Okay.
My thinking, because Hyam was just a brick wall and Arthur was just, there was some shots he just stopped, which I thought there was that 1v1 moment at the beginning of the match, at the beginning parts of the match. You think, oh my god, he's going to get in, and Arthur just did that lovely little save with his fingers, boom, gets out of the way. He did, and there was that other one where it was that mad scramble, and Arthur just stops it. Just some good moments there. But then you got Hyam, who's always there, just coming in the way, just gets it out, kicks it out of the box, at the 18-yard box.
Okay, so here we go. Here is your points, and first up is Okonkwo with an 8.5. Next up is Broadhead with an 8.2, and then interestingly Doyle with an 8, and then we have Hyam 7.6, Kluert 7.6, very high across that back line. O'Brien 7.4, Kabor 7.4, Thomason 7, Viner 6.9, Ratbone 6.8, and Smith with a 6.2. Smith didn't get amazing service today, really.
He didn't. But there was that moment he could have got that goal. He could have as well.
Yes. Yeah, he had his opportunity.
He had his opportunity. Kabor did give him that shot. He did.
Yeah.
And he didn't go with the right foot. That's the only thing. I would have given Rathbone a lot higher of a rating. He was all over. He was everywhere.
Yeah, I think the problem with him, and sometimes with Dobson as well, because they're all over and really pushing themselves, I just think they don't score well on the analysis, because they don't really give a crap about, not completing something for scoring points on this style. So yeah, I think they can look bad sometimes when things don't work out for them, so they don't score points in the system. But I thought he did pretty okay. His shot that went 3 stories up into the air didn't help.
Yeah.
I was looking at it going, come on, Ratbone, that's perfect for you, right outside the box.
He gives you those typical midfielder goals, he does.
Yeah.
Those typical midfielder goals he would give you. So, and I thought, okay, he's going to get it. And Ryan was like, oh, he's probably going to injure someone's face.
Yeah. So I'm looking at just briefly at the stats for Swansea. Pereira 7.3 and Galbraith 7.4. Other than that, they're all below a 7. Obviously, they lost 2 goals. And actually, I said it earlier, we took the ball off them numerous times.
We did. We just kept snatching it off them. It was like a baby. It's like we're taking baby from a candy. We were a lot of times, and we were aggressive. We were. Popotnik, he was a no-show.
He was trying at times. He was getting there, but I think we were monitoring him closely.
Monitoring the situation.
Yeah.
That meme. How do you think of Cadamartri?
He just didn't have long enough, but I still think he looked half decent. I would be happy to play him, to be honest.
I wouldn't mind him being subbed on earlier because he looks strong every time he comes on.
He does look strong. He looks physical. I think he could get about, if you gave him some decent time to play with a strong team. I really think he could do some work.
That's the thing. All he needed was the right team around him because he was really. I think Parky sees it. He's like, he's got some time to develop with us, and he could be that kind of player. He just needed the team around him because all he was surrounded by was a bunch of kids and people who they were just looking for a way out. Some of them were looking for a way out. Some of them were like, we're going down with the ship, but we're not all that.
Habs, we have a guest. So I'm going to bring the guest in and we'll say hi. Hello, Hip Karma. Haven't spoken to you in ages.
Greetings and salutations.
Welcome.
Hello. So we're all smiling still, which I love to see.
Yes, it's been a good night. Everybody's happy.
I'm absolutely angry about this. We didn't do good enough.
Yes,
we need more goal difference.
That's it. And I mean, and AO's performance. How dare he get an 8.5? Is that all he can do?
Yeah.
No. He should have. AO should have been the one who should have scored. He should have scored that goal.
Of course.
Do you know what? Actually,
What?
Just because some of our free kicks are so horrendous, maybe we should teach AO how to do free kicks. That'd be hilarious. Kick the ball and run back to the goal.
Love it. Yep. Well, Chomp did it at TST.
But the thing is, he's not a sweeper though, so.
Anyway, it's only a joke. So, hip camera. What do you want to talk about?
I am just here to have a quick hello and share the happiness.
Okay.
I agree. I will say with the R&R commentary, which wasn't commentary, it was distracting. I did find it distracting. And internationally, did you get to hear the stream immediately when you logged in, Paddy? Because it was delayed for our sports.
Yeah, I don't know if that was on purpose. I actually think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it was something wrong with the settings. And I mentioned it in the watch along. Over here, the stream we had when it was half time was crazy weird. We were getting all the background stuff. We could hear Rob and Ryan talking to the other guy when they were having their break. We could hear him talking to the truck when they were telling him, okay, we've got this package with this shot and that shot, and then you're back. And he's talking to him about it. When do I jump in? And it was all over the place.
And we had the big Sky Sports blue setup screen.
Yeah, the setup screens. Yeah. Did you have those as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought, this is more than I need to know about what happens behind the scenes, gentlemen and ladies.
That's some interns working.
Yeah, I think so. But I enjoyed it overall. What I did like was we broke what appears to be the Ryan hoodoo.
Yes, I mentioned that. Ken has almost dared me to go back and count up the amount of wins we've had when Rob has been at the stadium. I still think it's now maybe about 50-50, but no more.
Thing is though, Ryan was there when we beat Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Well, what was that?
This is true.
I don't know.
But overall, and I admit that perception and memory are a biased thing.
Yes.
But I agree. I tend to think, when I recall, that Ryan has been at more losses than he's been at wins.
It would be interesting to do the exercise, to actually go back and look and count them out and see. We could be wrong. Maybe Ken is right. But yeah, I have my personal bias that I don't think so. It just doesn't feel that way. So who knows? Will I check it? Probably not, but maybe I should.
Well, it could be a summer thing to do.
Yes, at the end of the season.
Yeah. Yes. When according to Humphrey and Rob and Ryan,
we're going to be promoted again. Yeah. Do you know what? It was nice. It was nice to hear Humphrey kind of come out and say that, because he's normally the more realistic one, let's say. You know, he doesn't like to get too far ahead of himself. So that was interesting to see.
I agree. I found it, I did find it surprising and positive that that he was that up for it, for want of a better description. And I hope it continues, frankly.
Yeah,
and I thought I was fully organised, but I've got earbuds in that connected to my mobile and not to my iPad. So I'm sorry for the less than optimal audio that you're receiving.
It's okay now. There's a little interference maybe when you swap them or something, but it's all good. But isn't the table nice? Look, I brought it up again, just so we can see it. It's starting to look good like this.
It wasn't me. That was Paddy frozen slightly.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, you're blaming me. Okay, no problem. Maybe it was.
It's all good.
All good. Doesn't matter who did it. We shoot the rehearsal here. We don't care. Look at Josh's problems tonight. He had a hard stream.
I felt for him. And you always assume it's your own fault first. So you're there refreshing and just checking, what have I done? And no, it's Josh. Poor thing. Chances of being hacked, not that high.
Okay, so what do you think about tomorrow and all these matches? Southampton playing Coventry. What's the chances that we keep our 6 points 6 points difference to Southampton? How positive are you, Hit Karma?
Their form is moderate, but they're playing Coventry.
But they're playing Coventry. Yeah.
I am hopeful. I'm hopeful that Coventry will continue their winning streak, please. Please and thank you, Coventry. Continue your winning streak.
Yeah, we don't have to play them again. Well, until right at the end of the season. So until then, just beat everybody. It would help us out.
They're not. Look, they're not losing often, are they? I mean, really, they're not.
No, they're not. Absolutely.
So I am going to opt for Coventry to win. Fingers and toes crossed. I think the chances are decent. I know statistically Coventry have to lose again, but I would prefer it to be against any of the ones that are well below us. Thanks. Cause an upset with them.
Were you listening to the whole show? Did you hear me call out earlier the matches Coventry City has coming up?
Yes, I have been listening to the whole show, but I had chores because my dog's breakfast had been delayed by a good 80 minutes. So they were a touch hungry. I still haven't had breakfast. It's 10 o'clock in the morning for me.
Right. Okay, so just briefly, Coventry are at home to Southampton, then they're away to Swansea, which is the one that doesn't matter. Then they're at home to Derby, and then they're away to Hull. So in the next 4 matches, they have 3 teams around us that we would like them to beat.
Yes, they could all really impact.
And Swansea just for the fun of it. So that potentially puts them on a 10-win streak.
They've done fairly close before, haven't they? What's their best win streak this season? Do we know?
It was something like 12 to 13 matches until we came along.
Yeah.
Until they hit us, yeah. So I think it's doable, frankly. I do. I will choose to be optimistic and hope that Coventry can continue to do us a solid. That would be great. I'm not greedy. I don't want first. Don't even want second. I mean, I'm honestly not. I am happy to admit that I was hoping for upper mid-table when this season started. So anything above that is gravy for me. Being in the playoffs is a wonderful and wholly unexpected thing. And if we can continue to be there and compete and go through on third, I love it. I'm here for it. And should that not occur, I am still incredibly proud of. They've just done amazingly. They really have. When you consider how many viable players we currently have in our squad, out of the totality of the squad,
yeah,
I think we're doing amazingly well. I realise that I am not a serious football fan like Josh, so I'm not as critical. And you know what? I don't care. I love it. Everybody fans differently, and this fan is so incredibly proud of what the team has done so far, particularly with the challenges that they've faced.
Yeah. Let me just answer this from Ruth. Paddy, isn't this an old table? It shows that Wrexham lost. No, it's not an old table. What happens with this particular one that I copied it from is the points are changing live when the match happens, but the update for the last 5 matches doesn't occur immediately. So that's what the delay is. There is actually a delay on updating the last 5 matches. I don't know when it updates, but I noticed this myself only about 2 weeks ago. So no, it is accurate at the moment.
Here's an interesting thing, and I'm going to be a bit more on the optimistic side, highly optimistic side.
Do we need a table? Are we talking about autos again? Are we?
No, not autos.
Go on.
This is, let's say we finish 6th.
Yes.
As far as I'm aware, if we manage to make it through, get to the final, and win, we would be the second. I think we would be like the second team that managed to get promoted from 6th. But there's only one team that I know of that have managed to get promoted from 6th.
Really? Google, people. Yep. Google.
Which was last season, Sunderland. But I think you're wrong.
No,
Sunderland went up from 6th last year.
Did they?
Yes. Unless I'm wrong, I'm gonna go check it.
I think they finished 4th or 5th.
Oh, did Bristol sneak in 6th? Let's see.
No, it was Simon Jordan's.
Yeah, you're correct.
Crystal Palace.
Sorry. Okay, it was.
It was Simon Jordan's Crystal Palace that got promoted to the Prem from 6th.
Okay, maybe you're correct then. Okay, I was wrong. Well, let's, seeing as I mentioned it, okay, we're going to finish 6th, right? That's decided, no problem. Who are we going to play first? Who's going to be in 3rd? Come on, guys, let's have a little fun with getting promoted.
You know, I'm not actually too sure. I'm actually not sure.
I'll go Ipswich.
Oh, keep that dream alive. We can beat them another 2 times.
I'd love it. I'd love it. We'd psych them out.
4 wins and a draw in a season. Oh, wouldn't that just be a kicker for Ipswich?
I get the feeling it'll be Middlesbrough.
Ooh.
Who's going to be second then?
Millwall. Because Millwall's in form. They are in form.
Okay.
And they got Blackburn next.
Oh.
Okay. Well, if you want to continue the idea of the Hollywood story, if Middlesbrough do not go up in the automatics, it's very possible we drag them out of it on the final day. In which case, they could be in 3rd, we could be in 6th, and after pulling them out of autos, we then have to beat them in the first playoff round.
Ugh.
That's a story for you.
It is. It is. I'd rather beat Ipswich.
So you're not a believer in the fact that they owe us one? No?
No.
You think we have their number?
I would just, there's something incredibly satisfying about just beating them every match in a season. Why would
not?
that be a bad thing for us?
They're just our whipping boys, basically. You just want a whipping boy.
Mm-hmm. Look. There are so many things that I could say, Habs, but this is a family show, and I am TLP mum, so I shall refrain from some really easy one-liners.
Yeah, you don't play down in the mud like I do. You're too nice for that.
Look, it's too easy. Those responses are too easy, and it's not a Friday night, and I'm not 3 drinks in at a bar or something. So
it's Friday night here
for me. It's Friday night here.
Yeah. So just pretend it's Friday. Just pretend it's Friday.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning for me, and I haven't even had breakfast or a beverage, so let alone an alcoholic beverage. My name is not Steve Barton, as much of a rock star as you can be, Mr. Barton. My name is not Steve Barton, so I shall not. But I think all of the adults now have a very clear idea of what I could have said, and I have saved the ears and the perceptions of anyone under 18 at this point, I hope.
Okay, guys, so this week's On That Bombshell is depending on your imagination. How about that? That's a new one for this channel. Right, guys, thank you very much for tonight. It has been fun. We're going to finish up a little early because everyone's just so happy. There's nothing negative to talk about. No fun tonight. It's all light and airy.
I mean, so guys, we could just complain about Scuba Steve not doing enough.
So guys, we will see you next time. And who's we playing next? We are playing Watford next midweek when we get rid of our game in hand. So see you all then. Take care, everybody. And don't forget to join me on Champ Chat with John, where I will have a bit of fun with him if Birmingham's lost. That'll be a great show. Bye.
Bye.
See you in a bit, guys.
WREXtra time, come have your say. Raise your voices, it's time to call. WREXtra time, we're debating it all. Heroes in red, fearless and bold. Ring the lines now, your opinions be